Welcome to the thrilling world of mixed martial arts, where passions and compelling stories play out. The Villains have a remarkable ability to fascinate the audience in this dynamic environment. These fighters have mastered attracting and occupying the center of attention thanks to their deft use of trash talk and their capacity to spark passionate rivalries. Today, we set out on an adventure into the fascinating world of MMA villains, exploring their fascinating tales and figuring out the complicated relationships that make them divisive personalities in our great sport. Prepare to explore the shadowy underbelly of MMA and learn what drives these engaging characters. Number 10. Michael Bisping, a competitor well known for his blatant arrogance, stinging sarcasm, and sporadic aggression, comes in at number 10.
In the world, I've had my ups and my downs, but you can't keep a good man down.
Long before entering the octagon, Bisping prevailed in arguments with his words, which is evidence of his distinctive personality. It only takes a glance at a few of his interviews to create a detailed portrait of the Count. Instead of looking for the crowd's applause, Bisping played the villain, sparking intense resentment among his MMA fans. But he thrived on his reputation as a nasty guy, since it led to publicity and more significant conflicts, which eventually enhanced his income. He stayed unwavering in his approach and accurate to himself throughout his career. He frequently gave the impression that he was more interested in sparring verbally than physically during news conferences. But this didn't prevent him from succeeding. It seemed to motivate him, as he angrily won the title early in his year and persisted in taunting rivals who dared to face him in the octagon. Michael Bisping's legacy was defined by his steadfast dedication to being true to himself, no matter what the public thought. He was a true MMA villain who made an enduring impression on the sport, thanks to his eagerness to stir up trouble and controversies. Number 9. At number 9, we have TJ Dillashaw, a competitor who, in all honesty, did not do much to alter the fans' disapproval of him. After Dillashaw fought Renan Barão and won the championship, people disliked him.
There's a little snake in the grass right there.
TJ was never the best teammate, would try to hurt people.
That's why you called him Dillashaw?
Yeah, Dillashaw, Dillashank.
How my face?
It should be noted that by May 2014, Barão had a noteworthy 30-fight winning run and had made 3 successful title defenses. Nevertheless, the champion was shockingly lost by TKO by the youthful and somewhat inexperienced Dillashaw, who had a record of 10-2. After twice successfully defending his title, Dillashaw narrowly lost to Dominic Cruz, requiring him to rise back up and earn another title opportunity. The news of Dillashaw's departure from Team Alpha Male broke at this period. Conor McGregor's warning to Dillashaw wasn't taken seriously by the team members, and Cody Garbrandt even challenged McGregor to defend Dillashaw's honor. Dillashaw was called a snake in the grass by McGregor, who was well known for his mystic prophecies. It's interesting to note that Dillashaw accepted the snake persona and embraced the hostility, obviously embracing the controversy surrounding him. However, his villainy may have reached its height when he tested positive for drugs after his match with Henry Cejudo. Dillashaw used dishonest methods to exceed the 125-pound weight restriction, and this episode further cemented his reputation as a scoundrel. Dillashaw appeared to have been hired as a mercenary assassin to destroy the flyweight class, but happily well won out that evening. Despite TJ Dillashaw's issues, his presence and personality have increased the excitement and interest surrounding the 135-pound class. Whether you like him or not, you can't dispute that Dillashaw's actions and character have increased the division's allure and interest for MMA viewers. Number 8. Colby Covington, a fighter who perfectly captures the essence of a memorable villain, comes in at number 8. When it comes to using trash talk to promote bouts and stir up controversy, Covington is infamous for blurring all lines. It's interesting to note that behind the scenes, many fathers and journalists who have spoken with Colby without cameras in the room have said nice things about him. This raises his interest by indicating that his nasty persona is a mask he dons. No matter how he presents himself, Colby Covington is an enthralling and exciting competitor to watch. One can contend that Colby Covington is the biggest villain on the UFC roster right now. Love him or hate him, there's no denying that his presence increases the sport's level of excitement significantly. Just observe the hype that his attendance at the London weigh-ins created. People seem to discuss his coming more than the evening's primary attraction. Whether you like Colby or not, you can't help but watch his fights, as the saying goes. He has established himself as a must-see personality in the MMA community, adding to the spectacle of the sport. Number 7. The 7th combatant on the list is Jon Jones, who radiates danger and controversy without abusing the use of insults. Jones has a history of legal troubles and other off-the-ring problems, making him a divisive figure with polarized opinions throughout his career. It's crucial not to evaluate someone purely based on their prior behavior, though. Someone deserves the same level of respect as everyone else in the world if they are dedicated to improvement, professionalism, and striving for excellence. Interestingly, Jones' standing today results from his reputation as a nasty guy. His rivalries with heroes like Rashad Evans and Daniel Cormier, which were excellent men, have heightened his allure. Jones has persevered in the face of hardship and intense competition. While Jones' contentious history may have contributed to his legacy, it is important to recognize his growth as a fighter and his quest for excellence. Number 6. Hamza Chimaev, a fighter who has embraced the Villans character throughout his career, comes in at number 6. Some have even referred to him as Evil Habib.
Oh my goodness! He's talking to Dana! Oh my goodness!
From the start, Chimaev emanated charisma and confidence, boasting arrogantly about his capacity to outperform everyone and win gold in the UFC, the top MMA competition in the world. But it didn't take him long to walk the walk and establish himself as a man to pay special attention to. This champion made waves with his performances before the COVID-19 pandemic, grabbing the interest of both fans and critics. He adopted a different strategy and turned his attention to the best contenders across several weight classes, displaying his readiness to face challenging foes. He has always captivated the audience because of his assurance and propensity for making noise, but it was his most recent match that altered the UFC's tournament strategy and stoked debates about him. Chimaev is unique in not caring about belts, weight classes, or fame. He places little value on these things. Instead, his main priorities are dominating everyone in his way and adding as many illustrious names to his resume as possible. It's difficult to dispute the claim that Chimaev is a cross between Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov, since he personifies the villainous persona that the UFC requires. In addition to his incredible strength and dominating wrestling abilities, he can wage psychological combat using his own set of capabilities. With his particular combination of abilities and charisma, Hamza Chimaev is a force to be reckoned with and a captivating character in the MMA world. Number 5. Brazilian unrelenting machine Deiveson Figueiredo has a remarkable talent for taking his adversaries out of the octagon and into the hospital and making him 5th on the list. The God of War gained notoriety in his own country even before making his UFC debut, thanks to his distinctive fighting style, marked by ferocity, confidence, aggression, an unquenchable drive for triumph, destruction, and of course, terror.
This is a crazy fight.
Wow!
Also, he has an incredible 11-fight winning streak by the end of June 2017, with just one victory coming through a decision. In the 900 days that followed, he generated a ton of hype among the top MMA league in the world, establishing himself as an immediate threat who knocked on the doors of every opponent in his path. This man lost weight after a tough victory over Joseph Benavidez in their first fight, which prevented him from winning the title at the time. Many believe that Benavidez would win their second bout. However, the God of War entered the cage with malice in his heart and mercilessly destroyed his foe. Figueiredo entered a state of extreme ferocity in the rematch, leaving no room for question as he defeated Benavidez to win the flyweight title. Figueiredo became the division's undisputed boogeyman after that. He maintained dominance in the ensuing battles, particularly against Perez and Moreno. He even used trash talk despite his low proficiency in the English language to heighten the drama and spectacle of his fights. Deiveson Figueiredo has established himself as one of the most feared competitors in the flyweight division by proving to be an unstoppable force that strikes fear into the hearts of his adversaries. Number 4. The 4th place fighter is George Masvidal, who has earned a reputation as one of the most challenging people in the top MMA competition in the world. His influence goes beyond the well-known flying knee that plunged Ben Askren into the shadows. This Cuban gangster is a walking advertisement. Masvidal enters every battle to obliterate his opponent and not retreat from any challenge. He gives everything he has inside the octagon. Nothing faces Masvidal, not even the champions of his division, a loudmouth potential wrestler, or even a former close buddy. He doesn't waver in his quest for bloodshed and devastation. He isn't interested in press conferences. Masvidal likes physical action to verbal conversations, even though fighters often go to these events to advertise their matches. Also known as the King of Miami and Street Jesus, is a man who would stop at nothing to exact retribution on those who have wronged him, even if that means using unethical tactics outside of the octagon. While some may disagree with his techniques, it emphasizes his contempt for social conventions and unyielding determination to challenge his adversaries. He solidifies his status as one of the largest OGs in MMA, with a resume that includes the BMF belt, the fastest knockout in UFC history, over 50 fights, and 2 decades of expertise. Many still view him as a true villain, and his cruel and grimy character has captivated followers worldwide. Number 3. In third place is Tito Ortiz, who was raised by strung-out hippies and joined a street gang in his early years due to his difficult childhood. But a wrestling coach's intervention allowed him to diverge from that course. Initially serving as Tank Abbott's sparring partner, Ortiz became one of the original MMA trash talkers. He, who is well known for his controversial statements and actions, has mastered the art of being disrespectful and insulting to his rivals. Even the president of the UFC, Dana White, felt the full force of his remarks while speaking about his co-workers. The Dana White is my bitch t-shirt phrase sparked a well-publicized spat between Ortiz and the UFC president, creating much buzz in the MMA business. The two appeared to be about to fight at one point as the tension reached high energy, but a truce was eventually achieved. He gained notoriety for his trash-talking skills alone, but also for his private life. He gained notoriety because of his marriage and fatherhood of children from the well-known porn star Jenna Jameson. Tito has cemented his reputation as a divisive character in MMA history with his unrepentant attitudes and desire to test limits. His competitive demeanor and propensity for igniting dissent have permanently altered the sport. Whether you like him or not, Tito Ortiz's presence and outspokenness have unquestionably impacted the mixed martial arts community. Number 2.
Welcome to Shinobi Vlog. My name is Conor McGregor. I'm a mixed martial artist with the Ultimate Fighting Championship, and I am from Dublin, Ireland.
Conor McGregor, the legend, is ranked number 2. It'll be hard to discuss the sport without mentioning the all-powerful and all-knowing Irishman. McGregor has mentally dismantled every opponent who has stood in his way thanks to his laser-like focus, systematic approach, incredible confidence, and menacing persona. The reputation of McGregor as a man who talks the talk and walks the walk. It is evident that he carefully selects his words to make audacious predictions and pledges, despite others who may see that he occasionally talks too much. The Notorious has a history of keeping his word, especially in the early years of his career, when he was ambitious and hungry for fame. However, McGregor did change strategy as his notoriety increased globally. Some claim that he started to lose some of his skills and started using simple insults to win. Regardless, McGregor remains one of the sport's most notable and alluring personalities. He forges his path and remains one of MMA's most prominent villains. During bouts and promotional occasions, McGregor has shown his opponents respect and friendship at times, but as he infamously said, "No more Mr. Nice Guy." It's a credit to McGregor's magnetic personality and enduring legacy in mixed martial arts that he can change his demeanor from friendly to relentless and brutal. Number 1. Foremost on the list, Chael Sonnen, the pinnacle of an authentic MMA gangster, is ranked first. Sonnen is a force to be reckoned with because of his contempt for authority and lack of consideration for famous people, seasoned professionals, and even sports icons. There are many rumors regarding Sonnen's bravery, including one that claims he fled his parents' home at the tender age of 18 while adamantly telling his father, "You're the boss now." In mixed martial arts, Chael Sonnen stands out for his daring and unwavering confidence, which define his persona. He has cemented his reputation as one of the most entertaining and divisive individuals in the sport, thanks to his aggressive style inside the cage and unequaled trash-talking skills. He engages in verbal combat without fear, creating a buzz and attracting attention to his confrontations like no other. Chael stands out from his colleagues due to his outsized attitude and eagerness to take on any challenge. He's an iconic figure in MMA history, thanks to his brash style and tremendous charisma. Unquestionably, he has had an impact on the sport, and it's quite improbable that another person would ever possess Chael Sonnen's bold spirit and unrelenting arrogance. That's all there is about the fascinating tour of the MMA Villains world. These fighters have made a lasting impression on the sport through their contentious remarks and deeds, and their capacity to stroke rivalries and grab fans' attention. We hope this has prompted you to reflect and perhaps even changed how you view these divisive individuals. Please hit the like button and share this video with anyone you think might be interested in learning more about the intriguing world of MMA villains. Please leave your views and opinions in the comments box below, as we value your input. Subscribe for more entertaining content. Thank you for watching, and until next time.